I talked about the rights of people to have the number of children they really actually want. So families should have that right. And in the first place, women should have that right. Do they want children? Yes or no? How many children do they want? And when will those children be born? So that is in fact the right of women. I don't think anybody at UNFPA would ever say that we need smaller families or bigger families. We need the families that the people really want, their free choice. And in order to have this, of course, they need to be informed about how to do this, how to really plan their families, and how to see what is possible and what is not possible. And they have to make these choices on the basis of sound education, sexuality education, but also on the basis of mutual understanding between the couples. And it is in the last phase an individual choice that we want to put forward as the essential in having children or not. Well, capacity development is an interesting question because do you have the human resources in these countries that are there and that you can develop? Are they there? You have very often in most of these countries poor or small civil society organizations that are not very powerful. The governments are very often not very much up to the task, and there are serious issues of governance in most of the countries we're talking about. Increasing the capacity is absolute key, because without capacity of government officials, of the civil society, and of all the actors at different levels of the society, also the local governments, you cannot make any advance. Now, a lot, of course, has been happening in these last 40 years with all this development and capacity development that the United Nations and some specialized agencies are undertaking. For example, at UNFPA, we try and we make sure that we have a lot of workshops where we train trainers on all these different issues, like reproductive health, like family planning, like increasing the number of midwives, for example, which is very key, for maternal mortality. So the capacity development is an ongoing exercise that is extremely crucial and that the community, the international community, has to invest in. Now, these investments are large, and lots of people who were trained are then also sometimes leaving their positions and going elsewhere, or even being employed by these international organizations of NGOs. So there are many challenges, but capacity development of the different actors in the field is in fact the only real strategy that we know is sustainable, because the people, whatever they have learned, they will keep that knowledge, and it will remain with them, and they will use it one day or another.